Trees. Trees are pretty cool. They just chill out all day, swaying in the wind and busting their seeds onto other trees. But what happens when trees start walking around and they have faces and they strut about like that swing, swing, swing-a-ling video? Well, then you have Ents. The word Ent originates from the world of The Lord of the Rings by J.R.R. Tolkien. I'm sure a lot of us know Treebeard and Hot Haircut, but did you know that there are at least 2 Ents, or as I'll explain later, forest spirits in Crimson Desert? These mythical creatures of Pywel wander around the map, and they have many secrets and mysteries surrounding their big bark. So today, I'm going to look at all the information and lore I can find out about the woodland spirits and discuss with you some possible theories and mysteries around these giants of wood and leaves. Starting off just south of the Iron Woodland, next to the shallow river curve, we can find our friendly wanderer, windwood spirit Offin. Now, you'll definitely hear this big lad coming. No, not like that. He literally has no dick and balls, look, see? There's nothing there, he's smooth. His thunderous stomps can be heard across the land. Now, a little point to mention before I get into this is I never got his or the other wood spirits' knowledge entries. For some reason, it just refuses to unlock them for me, so I'll be using a number of wikis and online information to read to you their lore tabs. Now, his lore entry reads,
Woodland spirits are tall guardians of nature, embodying woodland wisdom and strength. With massive bark-covered bodies, branch-like limbs, and deep voices, these beings echo through the forest. They protect the flora and fauna with patient, timeless vigilance.
So from this, we can learn the woodland spirits share many similarities with the Ents of Middle-earth. Where the Ents are shepherds of the forests, the woodland spirits of Crimson Desert are colossal protectors of the forest and all its inhabitants. Now, I believe that Offin is also watching over the nearby hidden village of Pororin, serving as their great protector. This also links to the quest of gaining the trust of the Shy, of which tasked you to retrieve something from Offin's head. They describe him as their friend. Now, that whole village is weird. Creepy little unemployed tossers and their little overfed, horrible cats. Look at the state of him. Christ. Anyway, back to this big motherfucker. He is a massive tree with a face, interestingly enough. Now, I'm not even sure that his face actually has a function. It's said in the lore that they have a deep voice that echoes through the forest. But this guy is not saying a bloody word. Even if you rummage around in his haircut, he just doesn't say anything. The eyes are kind of dead and there's no nostril holes. It's like he's paid extra for the stoic face upgrade on his tree. The actual model of this guy and his overall presence on the environment is just super cool. You'll see him for the first time and it's like one of those moments in this game that's just whoa. A bonus fact before we move on is the pot on his head that's part of the quest line will just infinitely respawn. Even after you finish the quest, it's just always there. You could say that this guy is one serious pothead.
That's not necessarily that funny though, is it? When you really think about it. When you get down to the nitty-gritty of it, it's not funny. There's nothing humorous about being a pothead. It's a serious disease, and it's people like you who are a filth to this planet and a filth to society. I have to deal with plonkers like you every single day of my frigging life. Bloody people. I guess I'll bloody go home now to my bloody stupid wooden wife and she'll bloody marry me about the bloody lumberjacks again. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing. Bloody everything's fucking fucked, isn't it? It's all...
Now we're going to shift our attention to the Wayward Woods, and there's a lot of interesting stuff to discuss here that you may have missed. The first thing I want to talk about is the mistwood hunters.
Now, their lore entry reads, poachers who tear through the Wayward Woods in pursuit of woodland spirits. With few people ever setting foot in the Wayward Woods, woodland spirits became objects of curiosity. The mistwood hunters turned that curiosity into coin, hunting anything that moves and throwing the forest's order into chaos.
So these buggers like hunting things, and it seems like their ultimate prize is hunting down woodland spirits. You can even see that they fashioned their armor, I think, to directly look like woodland spirits. Full wooden armor and capes and hoods made of leaves. It's got to be a camouflaged homage. These guys are led by Moran, the mistwood hunter, and we are tasked by the local folk, the Longleaf tribe, to take out this defiler of the woods. Now, Moran's lore tab reads,
The leader of the Mistwood Hunters, a band of poachers. Blinded by greed, he leads them in pursuit of the treasure that's said to be held by woodland spirits. To him, beast and man alike are nothing more than a means for profit. Therefore, a target for him to loose arrows at.
So they're clearly in desperate pursuit of these woodland spirits for both their bodies and the treasure that they supposedly guard. Now, Moran himself as a boss fight is absolutely horrible. It was a pain in the arse. He just runs about like a ninny, teleports after the first phase, so you have to go flipping run around and find him. Where are you, lad? In the tree? No, in the bush. And then his stupid goat thing just keeps kicking me fucking head off every 5 seconds. Oh my god, it's a ball ache. Not to mention the environment means that when he's running around you can't see where he's going, and if he's trying to attack you just can't see because there's a tree in the way or a bush. It's a great time all round. But upon defeat, all his mates run off and we have to report back to the tribe. The Longleaf tribe and the surrounding other tribes are sort of weird Ewok hippies of the Wayward Woods. From what I can work out, they live in harmony with the forest and subsequent woodland spirits. You unlock their quest lines by progressing through the Payloon militia missions. Eventually, defeating a few bosses, you can talk to them. They are rather unfriendly without completing the Payloon stuff first, so I, suggest getting that out of the way. This dude gives us a bit of key information on the woodland spirits when we turn in the quest.
Those mistwood hunters around the village are already fleeing. You really are a lifesaver. Here, take this lantern, a token of my thanks. I hear adventurers are always eager for word of rare treasure. You seem trustworthy enough, so I'll let you in on something. The woodland spirit's treasure that all the hunters were after is not just a rumor. Well, come visit again.
Now, straight away, I think this triggers the woodland spirit to spawn in and circle the tree houses. You can again hear him before you see him. If you peer into the trees long enough, you can spot Wayward spirit Tett. And obviously, a key difference that you might have noticed about him compared to Offin is the fact that he's got really long arms. Look there, you can see they're really long, and obviously I just can't see anything else that's different. Oh wait, no. He's a fucking house. And I think this guy is flowing with aura, honestly. He's taken the saying, home is where the heart is, and he's made that his whole thing. The design, apart from being really cool, is, I think, potentially inspired by the story of Baba Yaga, a witch in Slavic folklore that got about in a house with legs. Obviously, she's never heard of the 2007 Ford Fiesta 1.4 litre engine front-wheel drive in midnight blue. Now, something that I noticed whilst being an absolute stupid idiot is, yes, you can accidentally get stood on by Tett, but that's not the point. The point is, you get transported after being sort of crushed by him to a house in the middle of nowhere surrounded by mistwood hunters. It's almost like they knew that he was a half cabin, half tree kind of man, and maybe thought that this was the one, or they were waiting around for him. I don't know. It's just my theory. But anyway, returning to Tett, we can actually climb up onto him and enter his passage. The door disappears and we find a chest inside. Now, before I open it, I checked on FreeCam if he was potentially just like a reskinned Offin with a house sort of placed on top. Maybe there was a face underneath somewhere. But as far as I could see, I don't think there's anything at all. It looks like that this guy is all house.
Are you doing your daughter?
Opening the chest, Tett then falls down and takes a knee. Obviously, he's knocking himself out from all that walking around in a circle.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
That's too damn bad!
The item we receive was interestingly called the Giant's Boots. Now, obviously, they have a cool effect, but more interestingly is the name Giant's Boots. Could this be linked with the giant skeletons found all over Payloon and the rest of Pywel? Could these be an item of clothing from these beings that I have done a couple of videos on? So if you want to check them out, then you'll find out more about this whole giant mystery that I've been talking about. That's quite interesting. I mean, on the other side of that, it could just be the word giants referring simply to the woodland spirits themselves. I just think these guys are so cool, especially Tett with him being a big walking house. I don't know if he disappears after this quest ends. I can't imagine him just chilling here forever. But either way, it's just such a cool concept. Unfortunately though, this lad has no big wooden cocker balls or even a barky bumhole. He's just, yeah, smooth boy. So before we conclude this video, a few other items that we can find in this area: the Savage Woodland Spirit Killer and the Shadowleaf Soul Branch. Both weapons are made from woodland spirits in different ways. The Savage Killer lore says,
A club crafted by the Mistwood hunters. It said that using materials taken from still living woodland spirits produces higher quality weapons, as if the pain from being torn away is seeped into them, the spikes eerily sharp.
So as well as being horrible information, it reinforces the idea of the spirits being highly sought after and magically powerful. Perhaps even the armor that the hunters wear, as I mentioned before, could be made from dead woodland spirits. The description of the soul branch reads,
Some of the residents of Longleaf believe that when a person returns to the earth, part of their soul dwells within the woodland spirits that grow from that land. Therefore, even if a spirit falls, they never carelessly use the wood left behind.
Now, apart from being much nicer than the hunter's weapon description, this actually reveals some key information that maybe the woodland spirits are an amalgamation of dead people's souls that have become one with nature. That is absolutely sick. That is such cool lore. And so with that brings us to the end of this exploration into the mysteries of the woodland spirits. The forests and the woods of this game are beautiful and rich with lore. I genuinely can't wait to do more videos and stories about this game's world. And wait, I don't know how they found me, but they found me. Oh god, no. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, then leave a like and leave a hype. They help massively. If you could do that, then that would be amazing. What do you think about the woodland spirits? What do you think about the lore about the forests in this game? I think it's great. Let me know if I've missed anything that you found or that somebody else has found and I've just completely missed it. Let me know, let everybody know in the chat, because I think this is how we're going to spread the lore and the cool stuff on this game. It's down to us. There's not much out there right now. Well, consider subscribing and I shall see you in the next video. Goodbye.